Good day, my dear friends. Welcome back to my channel. Today's recipe is going to be an Indian sweet. You must have guessed it already, I'm sure, because Diwali is coming up in a few days and no Indian festival is complete without a mithai or Indian sweet. So let's make Kaju Katli today. It's very easy. Just few ingredients which we always have at home, and homemade mithai, nothing like it. You make it with fresh and celebrate with your family, distribute it to your friends. You get that pleasure and happiness. So it's better than buying the store-bought ones which you never know how long they are kept on shelf, whether the koya or mawa is fresh or adulterated. So let's make this Kaju Katli at home, and do share with me what are your plans, what you have made at home for this Diwali. Let's proceed to make Kaju Katli.
Here are the ingredients. I've taken cashew nut powder 2 cups, which is about 250 grams. This is homemade. It's little time consuming, but I'll show you little later how I made it at home. $250 grams of cashew nuts will give you exactly 2 cups of cashew nut powder. These are unsalted cashew nuts. Then sugar 1 cup, rose essence 2 drops, or you can also take 2 teaspoons of rose water. Then we have 1 tablespoon of milk to remove the impurities from the sugar. Cardamom powder 1/4 teaspoon. Ghee or clarified butter 2 teaspoons. And silver varq. Use a very good quality varq. I have used the organic one. For your reference, the list is also shared in the description box. Now this is how I made the cashew nut powder. Take a coffee grinder or any dry grinder. Put a small portion of cashew nuts. Grind them on pulse mode or with intervals. Never run it continuously because the heat will extract oil from the cashew nuts. You should not let the grinder become hot. So the best way is to continue with your other kitchen work while you do this in between. Makes it a lot more easier. Once the grinding is done, you have to sift it. Put the ground cashew nut powder into a sieve or a strainer. Sift it, and you can see there are still some chunks left. You can again collect all these and repeat in the second round. So this way you can make your cashew nut powder at home. It's not stuck and it's nice and grainy. Now let's proceed. Take a heavy pan preferably and transfer the sugar into it. Use the same measuring cup. Take 1 cup water for 1 cup sugar. Now let this boil. Give it a stir with the spatula. Place the lid and let it cook. In between also open the lid and keep stirring intermittently until the sugar is dissolved. It's melted very well. Now at this stage, add the milk, 1 tablespoon. This is to remove the impurities from the sugar. This is a tip. It's always good to do this when you are making sweets. As it starts to boil, you'll see the froth formation on top. Just discard it with a ladle. All these handy little tips we have learnt from our elders, because those days everything was made at home. Nothing was store bought. Now let's continue to cook this sugar syrup. Add the cardamom powder. Give it a nice mix. And the rose essence. I'm adding 2 drops, or alternately you can add 2 teaspoons of rose water as well. This gives a lovely flavor to the Kaju Katli. Cook until it is reduced to half and it comes to 2 string consistency. Yes, it's done. Time to add the cashew powder. I have already measured and put it in the jar. It's the same cup that I am using for measuring everything. So immediately as soon as you add the cashew powder, start stirring it so that there is no lump formation. Now the flame has to be medium and low, adjusting from time to time. At no stage are you going to increase the flame to high. Friends, if you are new to the channel, do subscribe and click on the bell icon so that you don't miss out any notification whenever I upload a new video. So here we continue to stir the mixture as it is getting thicker with lot of patience. Making mithai really requires lot of patience. Now you can add 1 teaspoon of ghee in between and continue to stir. Do this until it becomes thicker and starts leaving the edges, which takes about say 12 to 15 minutes depending on the quantity again. Kaju Katli has to be white in color, so do not increase the flame. Continue doing this on medium to low, adjusting in between. In the same way, you can also make almond katli or badam katli. The process is the same. During the festivities, it's real fun to make sweets and distribute to your friends and relatives. Now you can see the mixture is getting thicker. Almost done. It started leaving the sides of the pan. Now you can switch off the flame and still continue to stir it because the pan is hot and the cooking process continues. It should be like dough, kneading consistency. Now transfer it into a wider pan so that it cools faster, because we have to start kneading it and we should be able to handle the hot mixture. So I am spreading it in the tray so that it cools faster. You can grease your hand and again knead it to a smoother texture. Now spread ghee on a butter paper. Place the mixture and flatten it with your palms. Place another sheet on top and roll it with a rolling pin. You can also do it without the top sheet. Whichever way is convenient to you, roll it out into a desired thickness. Usually Kaju Katli is thinner than the other barfis. Here we go. Rolling is done. Using a ruler and a cutter, cut out the diamond shapes. Normal mithais are cut into squares, but Kaju Katli is always in a diamond shape. Hence some people also call it diamond shaped mithai or diamond barfi. This way, cut out equally so that you get a perfect shape. Now we are going to let this cool down completely before garnishing with varq. Because if you garnish with varq while it is still warm, the varq will become black in color due to the heat. Beautiful. The garnishing is done and the Kaju Katli is just ready. Now you can remove the pieces and store them in a container. Look at this perfect texture, size and thickness. It's always better to first place it in a wide plate or platter and store it in the container after it is cooled very well. So friends, wasn't this an easy peasy recipe? Such perfect Kaju Katli, just like this halwai's mithai. Look at this. Beautiful. So I'm sure you're going to give it a try and share the feedback with me. Happy Diwali in advance. Enjoy your festivities and stay blessed. Thank you for watching and check out these videos from the archives as well. You might like them too. Stay tuned.